Nikola Jokic is on the Wizards, and he's making $71 million. But welcome back, everybody, to the Tampa Bay Sharks franchise here on NBA 2K26. Today, we're going to kickstart the series officially and get into our inaugural game as an NBA franchise here. We are in the 2030-2031 season. Our first game here comes against the 76ers at home on October 23rd. If you missed last episode, go watch episode 1 and catch yourself up on how we got to this point. But for those of you who have watched episode 1, let's continue. We're going to miss Nikola Jokic for this first game. He does only have a sore left knee, but it does significantly affect his athleticism and his speed and whatnot, his agility. So I'm going to elect to just rest him for this game, and instead we're going to start Josh Giddey at points. That means our current rotation entering our first game looks like this, but it will be different once Jokic comes back. Giddey, as our best player as of right now, is going to get 36 minutes, which is what, your typical best players will probably play in the regular season, if not a bit more than that. We'll give Isaiah Collier plenty of time at the 2 and the 1 until Jokic returns. And we are going to be starting our first ever draft pick, Sean Mason, at the 5, getting 28 minutes a game and fully backed up by Mark Williams. And in terms of our coach system to begin this season at least, our coach does prefer post-centric, but apparently Sean Mason does not fit that right now. Maybe he will later on, but I think it's better for us to go with 7 seconds. That is kind of what most teams do here in the modern NBA. So we'll stick with this, make it our active one, and then as we add new talent, we'll probably adjust this to better fit the guys that we have on the team. But we're talking about Sean Mason here, and this one fits him the best. And again, Mason was the 6th overall pick, our first ever draft pick here in the series. I'm not expecting a lot from him because he is more of a project here early on, but there is a good baseline for not only shooting, but also inside and outside defense. Rebounding is going to be a bit of a struggle early on, but he is a fantastic athlete, which I think gives him a higher ceiling than a lot of centers. And again, the potential on paper, as I mentioned last episode, does not mean a whole lot. In terms of badges, he's got High Flying Denier, Paint Patroller, and Pogo Stick. So 2 things that will definitely help him protect the rim, and one that should give us an edge in terms of rebounding, especially on the offensive end. And our last touch point before we jump into our first game, here's what our opponents look like. They've got Tyrese Maxey still, VJ Edgecombe at a 91 overall and 24 badges. He has had a really solid career. He's shot the ball very, very well. He's a very smart player, but hasn't really been like that breakthrough offensive talent in terms of scoring, but has been a good overall player and a good shooter in terms of the efficiency. AJ Johnson at the 3. They've got Chucky Cobb here, who was taken back in 2027. And this dude can light you up from 3, coming off a career season from behind the arc at 48%, which was top 2 in the NBA. Now they have Miles Turner. Joel Embiid retired a couple years ago, and they are still bringing McCain off the bench. He has been stuck there for quite some time now. We'll see these other guys off their bench, but those guys are their true stars. And that means we are about to get officially underway here in the series, folks. If you guys have enjoyed the first episode and change, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, leave your feedback down below in the comments section. But our first ever game, the inaugural game as a franchise, about to start here in episode 2. And tip-off is officially underway. Sean Mason tips things off as the Sharks will start with the basketball here. Our first ever offensive possession in the NBA. Josh Giddey first shot up and in, a foot inside the arc. And Giddey scores our first field goal as a franchise here in the National Basketball Association. We're going to forget about any of the off-court stuff, and we're just going to have him here and be happy that he's here in Tampa. Inside to Noel Craig for a quick bucket. That was assisted by Isaiah Collier, who will be getting some time as the backup point guard. I am still doing slider testing, both for simulation and for the CPU gameplay, but I'm currently on version 2 of those sliders, which are linked down below in the description, so check those out if you want to. From the corner, that triple is up and in from A.J. Johnson. Now, in terms of how I plan to do the highlights or whatnot of the CPU games, I plan to show most of the makes. I plan to show many of the missed shots, but I'm probably going to avoid the free throws unless they come into play later in games. Here's Tyrese Maxey from downtown, and he ties things up at 6 points apiece. Pretty high-paced game so far. Down low, Collier misses the lay-in, and that was completely uncontested. How did he miss that one? A screen from Miles Turner. A.J. Johnson fires a foot inside the charity stripe and can't get it to go. Sean Mason pulls it down. From way downtown, it's Collier. Nice shots. Now Chucky Cobb, a bit too strong on that. Close range jump shots. Giddey has it jarred loose by Turner. Shot clock winding down. Hendricks outlet pass, and Collier's triples offline. Off the screen from Turner. Johnson again fires. This time it's online. Downhill. Giddey back out. Hendricks catch and shoot triple after a bobble. Offensive rebound put back in by Josh Giddey. I expect him to be our best player this season, even when Topic comes back. But if we're going to be a decent team, Topic needs to shoot better than he did a year ago. But we're going to see his debut probably next episode if I had to guess. Here's Edgecombe from behind the arc. That one's off. A.J. Johnson, the offensive rebound. Keeps it alive with Philadelphia. Maxey, back out. Turner finds Johnson. Makes a move, has to shoot. It's no good, but another offensive rebound, and Maxey puts in the second chance three. Shot clock winding down. Collier has it, pulls the trigger. That one's offline. Turner throws it down. Good pass. Open triple from the corner. Collier no good. Craig on the offensive glass and fouled with the putback jam. That's the first on A.J. Johnson, the first on Philadelphia. Noel Craig. Little early scoring output for him. He's probably our lowest rated starter. So good to see him getting more involved here. Jared McCain now out there for the 76ers. He finds Maxey on a quick trigger, but he can't connect. Good pass over the top to Craig. Good cut and a good feed. 9 points now for Noel Craig. Maxey has a lane and takes it all the way inside to the rack. Taylor Hendricks passes to the corner. Mason finds Giddey. Gets it back, pulls the trigger, and knocks it down for his first NBA field goal. So we know that he has fairly decent shooting early on, and that's a really good sign. His first shot is up and in on a triple. Want to see more of that this year to give us a little stretch five action as McCain responds on the offensive side for Philadelphia. From the elbow, Craig works his way inside, can't finish at the rim. It's a 1-point lead right now for Tampa Bay. McCain shuffles it to Turner. Good pass and a good cut right there. Screen comes over from Hendricks. Collier picks up his dribble. Hendricks fires, but it's offline. And now McCain, another shot up and in for him. Collier foot on the line. That one rattles out. Edgecombe the rebound. Kane steps into a triple. That one is also good. Rattled in off the backboard. Backdoor and deflected away. That was Chucky Cobb getting a hand on that one. Edgecombe finds some space, but can't knock it down from behind the arc. Collier inside, dished back out to Hendricks. Shot clock under 5. Gotta find something. Boston, little crossover move, but the offense has gone cold for the Sharks. Now Edgecombe pulls the trigger. Still can't get one to fall from downtown. Boston back out. Hendricks corner triple offline. Under 2 to go here in the first quarter, and pretty much since Giddey came off the floor, the offense has gone cold. Edgecombe, baseline, back out through the hands of Johnson. It's going to be a turnover. Boston pulls up in the face of Jared McCain, and man, we just cannot get a shot to fall here. There is a lid on the rim right now for Tampa Bay. Johnson fires from the fin. That one's up and good, and the lead extends to 9 for the 76ers. Josh Giddey back on the floor. Immediately creates some offense, but it's not going to count. Offensive interference on Adu Tierro. Maxey back on the floor. That shot's too strong. Pulled in by Dante Valentine, our third center. Pick and roll over the top. There's Mark Williams, his first basket as a Shark. Sixers saving for the final shot of the quarter. Tyrese Maxey drops one in from downtown. Few seconds left, and we turn the ball over. And it's going to be a 10-point lead after 1 for Philadelphia. Start of the second quarter. Fans have the towels in the air, but it's having no effect right now. John Collins rises up and throws down the flush. Sixers shooting well. Sharks at 45%. Not terrible, but after the hot starts, definitely a disappointing close to the first. Here's Noel Craig. Back out to Giddey. He'll pull the trigger, but it's not going to go. Off the screen, McCain double clutches. Finds Maxey, gets it back, and puts another triple through the baskets. Screen from Mark Williams. Giddey finds Valentine. His triple's offline. Williams, the offensive rebound. Giddey, the second chance 3. Again, he's the only guy that's really given us a whole lot of offense here, both passing and scoring. Backdoor now. Johnson, good cuts and a good pass from Tyrese Maxey. Dunleavy finds Craig. Back out. Giddey again from behind the arc. Back-to-back threes. Maxey takes the space that he's given but can't knock it down. Sean Mason the rebounds. Hendricks the screen. Giddey has a lane. Takes it and is fouled. John Collins with his first. A 3-point play on the way for Josh Giddey. Johnson attacks the basket, finds Collins, spinning his way inside for a nice lay-in. Giddey drives, kicks, Daryl Dunleavy from downtown, no. Craig the offensive rebounds. Dunleavy looks a lot like a caveman of sorts. Clock under 5. Giddey's got to find something from the charity line. Just dances off the rim. Up ahead, A.J. Johnson, quick trigger. That one's going to go for Philadelphia. Quick pass. Hendricks with the flush. Go, good crossover. Maxey lost it though, stripped from behind by Josh Giddey. Good pass, wide open triple. Hendricks buries it. Catch and shoot. Malone continues the hot streak from downtown for the Sixers. And another triple on the line. This time it's Edgecombe. Good screen by Sean Mason. Hendricks gets the handoff and it rattles home another trifecta. Keeping us within arm's reach so far. Good kick out. Edgecombe gets back-to-back threes to fall. Edgecombe attacks, dishes out. Jared McCain cannot be denied. Another clock winding down, but Mark Williams misses the alley-oop, puts it back in. And we eventually get a couple points, but man, it seems like after the 6-minute mark in these first 2 quarters, the offense just goes completely quiet. Probably because Giddey's not out there to create some offense for us. Under 3 to play here in the first half. And our defense has also been sorely lacking. Here's McCain winding the clock down. Finally, no good. Here's Noel Craig, now Tiero. Another shot clock approaching 0. Valentine, the 3, rattles out. Edgecombe has a lane, a bounce pass to Collins for the rim rocker. Good pass. Tiero has to pass back out from below the hoop, though. Deep 3. Collier finally gets back online. Edgecombe, another triple. He's been great from behind the arc. McCain has been even better than him. And man, this defense has given up a lot of first half points. Offense not even close to matching. Collier with it. Uses the screen. That one is too strong. It's been a fairly quiet day for Maxey, oddly enough, but his teammates have picked up his slack. That deep 3 is no good for Edgecombe. Under 30 seconds left to go in the half. Let's close this one in a strong way. Good pass by Giddey. Valentine, no. Now we steal it back. BJ Boston with the strip. And he gives it right back. Edgecombe, the defensive play. He's known for that. Maxey, no. Cobb, the offensive putback. And we trail by 20 entering halftime. 65 to 45. It's been a tough game. We have been held to 43% shooting so far. Philly at 61. And they have lit us up from behind the arc. Need a better performance here in this second half as they will start with the turnover. Here's Collier driving, kicking. Sean Mason 2 for 2 from downtown. His only 2 shots here in the game, but he's knocked down both of them. Maxey up and over. Sean Mason not really contesting that shot all too well. Giddey has a lane. Easy deuce. Good take, man. He's got 15 points, 6 assists, and has been very efficient. Oh, good blow by. Right to the rack. Chucky Cobb. Turner calling for it down low. Kicks it out. Edgecombe wide open. It's on line. Noel Craig finds Mason. Good pump fake. Driving and scoring. I've liked his offense so far. Hasn't been a high volume for him, but he's made smart plays and taken full advantage of the looks that he's been given. He's got 8 points now, but now it's Chucky Cobb taking over here in this second half. Giddey back out to Collier. Clock under 5. We've seen this all too much for our offense. The 3 for Collier is online, though. And because we're down by so much, I typically just show the biggest highlights probably for the Sharks the rest of the way, because we're going to lose this game unless we mount an incredible comeback here on opening nights. But right now, it's all Philadelphia. Offense coming at a premium for Tampa Bay, and the defense has been nowhere to be seen. Giddy, close range jump shot. Nice shot. Quick pass up to Sean Mason. He throws it down. Miles Turner draped all over him, but it doesn't matter. Lobbing it up, and Sean Mason corrals it. Fires at the rim for the and one. Tyrese Maxey called for the foul. Sean Mason, man, loving his play so far. He's been physical. He's been good. That's his first shot to come off the rim, but it's only a free throw. Cobb throws it down on the other end, and yeah, we're not gonna get back in this game. Topic on the floor. He's not part of our rotation. Why is he out there? He's hurt. Craig knocks it down. That's his first make since the first quarter. Got a mismatch inside with Mason. He's open for two. A lot of fans have left here on opening night as Giddy knocks down his first shot here in the fourth quarter. The stands are emptying, but I'm not really too surprised by this performance. I would have liked to see some better defense, especially on the outside. But we have easily the worst rated team in the entire league. So there's going to be a lot to build on, and we can pretty much only go up from here. At the rim, blocked! Sean Mason just completely stuffs Malone's shot back in his face and got the rebound as well. Thiero to Mason. He throws it down. He's a couple buckets away from 20 in his NBA debut. Mason inside. Malone draped all over him. Does not matter. Sean Mason. Very impressive debut. About as good as you can possibly expect for a guy that's like a 73 overall with not a lot of high ratings. Open three. Dante Valentine gets one to fall. I want to see some of these young guys make some plays late here in this game. It's probably going to be a long year based on this game alone. I'm not expecting a whole lot of wins. Probably like around 15 if I had to wager. It could be a line for a top draft pick if I had to guess. Oh, tip back in. Dante Valentine. Nice play off the Collier miss. Good pass. Thiero throws it down, assisted by Collier. I will admit, Collier has not really been the best point guard here in this game. Giddy has definitely outclassed him in terms of the playmaking ability and making smart passes and honestly shooting as well. He's just been completely better than Collier has. And again, Collier's been a guy that hasn't really shot the ball very well or played true to his point guard skills throughout his career up to this point. So he's got a lot to make up for this year if he wants a chance to be on this team for more than a year or two. Nice block there by Mark Williams. Collier, fast break lay-in. They've already got 87 points. Pretty good fourth quarter so far. Let's keep the offense going. Josh Giddey back on the floor to close the game. He gets inside. Nobody home. There are 3 to play now. Here's Noel Craig handing off. Sean Mason, too strong off the window. Tries again, and it's good. Created right there by Taylor Hendricks with the offensive rebounds. I think Mason has been on par with Giddey as our best player of the game. Out to the corner. Josh Giddey wide open. Knocks it down. Hendricks gets to the rack. Poor reaction time there by the Philly defense, but Under 30 seconds left to play here in this one. We're probably not going to get to the century mark, unfortunately for us here on opening nights. But at least some good stuff from the guys that, you know, we kind of thought would be our better players. I am kind of surprised by Sean Mason's performance. But Giddy, I think, has played true to what we kind of expected from him. Collier was definitely underwhelming, as was most of our team. And after Noel Craig's hot start, he has been completely uninvolved since the first 6 minutes of game time. But that's going to do it here on opening night here in Tampa. We only got to 96 points, gave up a $123, and we fall to 0-1. Philly takes it here, and you know what? Not too surprised by this one. Let's hope that we can find some more promising talent on this roster and get a good look at some prospects starting next episode. This game definitely had a bit of a slower pace as it went on, but 123-96 your final score. And yeah, they shot 60% to our 49. I thought we shot, you know, respectively from downtown, but we gave up 57% from behind the arc. And that is not going to cut it. We did beat these guys in the paint, but that's because they were more so pulling the trigger from downtown. 26 assists, only 35 rebounds. There is obviously a lot to work on here. But Giddy had 25 on 10 for 18. Sean Mason with a double-double in his debut. 20 points, 10 rebounds, and very efficient scoring-wise. But as I talked about, Collier has got to figure out his shot. I mean, simply put, he just missed too many jump shots and went 4 for 16. That's 25%. Obviously, just a terrible output by him. And I think we'll be a better offensive team once Topic is fully healthy, but it's going to be a couple days until then. Might be another game or two before he's fully good to come back into the fold. In our first road game this year, we cough up 24 points to Tyrese Halliburton. Giddy puts up 36 and 9. Collier did play better. Sean Mason, though, was held to 6 and 7, but did put together 4 blocks. That's a promising defensive stat line for him, and he goes 3 for 5. Dante Valentine 1 for 9, though, and we lost by 13 points. And after that game, Topic is finally fully healthy. He will be brought into our starting lineup, and we should be fully healthy now. Should be good to go. And hopefully we get even better offense out of Topic now being in our lineup. He is our highest rated player after all, so hopefully he can really contribute early on. But against Wembanyama and the Spurs, we give up 133. Topic does play well, 22 and 11. Noel Craig, 23. Giddy again has been really good in these first 3 games. Sean Mason, though, 3 more blocks, but only 6 points, 9 rebounds. And still getting some poor shooting from some of these backups. And of course, after a single start, Topic, now a strained right hip, out for 2 to 4 weeks. How is this going to affect his attributes? Let's go check real quick. Yeah, we're probably going to have to bench him again and bring him back once he's back to full health. If this becomes a trend, we're going to have to move off of him pretty early on. And now we give up 155 points to Golden State. Collier puts together his best game, so does BJ Boston. Giddy shoots poorly. Mason has been consistently putting up single-digit points and rebounds since the first game. And the Warriors shoot over 60%, and we're still looking for our first win. And now we have another injury. Josh Giddey with a bruised rib, but it will be fine. We have a chance to get our first win here against the Houston Rockets. It's at home. We're going to jump in late. 1:53 to go. We lead by 2. Let's close it out and get our first win in the win column. It's going to take some defense for us to win most of our games, I think, this year. The offense has been consistently poor. But again, under 2 to play here. We lead by 2. Let's get a couple stops here. Mason on defense against Thompson. He'll jack up a triple, and it's no good. Collier the rebounds. Mason inside, throws it up, and in! And our lead is up to 4. Wallace Ball finds Thompson. His triple is online this time. And our lead is cut down to 1. Gotta put up or shut up here, fellas. Get your first win here in front of the home fans. Giddy to Collier. Open 3. Out. We get it back. Collier blocked by Jabari Smith Jr. Are you kidding me? Wallace Ball, catch and shoot triple, drops it in! 6-0 run by Houston, and now we trail. This team is desperate for some excitement, but now trailing, and on defense, absolutely need a stop. Wallace Ball out to Şengün. 13-second differential. Shot clock ticking away here. Under 5. Thompson open off the screen. Another triple drops in. 5-point lead. How did it come to this? Inbound to Hendricks. Time winding away. He throws it down. We're going to have to foul and hope for 2 back-to-back free throw misses at the line. It's Giddy's 4th foul. Bledsoe hits the front end. It's looking pretty grim. The back end is also good. We have no timeouts. And we are still 2 weeks in looking for our first victory. Craig can't stick it, and the Rockets steal one here in Tampa. Things do not get better in our next game. We drop it 102-119. And we are now 0-6 to start the year. We'll get our first look at the incoming NBA prospects next episode if we can get some scouting done with our departments. But right now we are looking like probably the worst team in the league, which I think is no surprise. Meanwhile, the Supersonics are 3-4 with, Trae Young as their best player. That's not really that shocking to me. But the offense has been consistently bad in every game so far. That is going to about do it here in episode 2, everybody. Our first action out of the way, 6 games done. I'll plan to only probably do 3 more episodes for this first year, just because we're so bad. But Collier shooting poorly. Topic has not been good when he has played, but injury concerns are immediately at the forefront for him. And until somebody else besides Giddy plays well, it's going to be tough for us to get even double-digit wins on the season. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, not the best starts, but honestly, this is expected. That'll do it here, guys. Thanks for watching. As I said earlier, please like the video, subscribe, and leave your feedback down below. What did you like from this team in this episode, and what do you expect going forward? I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching, and take care.